You thought about suicide?
I didn't think about it. I did it.
Did you?
Full blown. Jumped off the balcony.
Did you break anything?
So I had me and my dad got into it. We got into it real bad after the conversation.
Do you remember what the argument was about?
Okay, I'll give you something that I ain't gave nobody. Come on, Shannon. If we gonna get deep, we gonna get deep. Dad, I love you. Me and my dad are best friends now, and this is in the past. But we had gotten to it because...
I hope y'all understand what's going on in this situation right now. You know? Almost like a empath between father and son type shit. Hopefully somebody takes something good out of this, because I did. I don't know about everybody else, but I did. So let's listen to it. I may not even put commentary to this because there's not really nothing for me to say, because there's nothing bad about it. It happens. It's like sometimes it's not that it's purposely that the father is not paying full attention. Sometimes he's just being a human, and some things we're not always gonna see what's happening until something happens that makes us put full unhindered attention. But let's listen to it.
He told me that I couldn't go somewhere. And I said, you. Who you telling me I ain't going?
Whoa.
Shannon.
That was the exact word?
Shannon, you. What are you talking about?
How you gonna tell this story now?
Shannon, he gonna kill me. Me and my dad are best friends now. My dad is right now in Texas with my daughters.
Okay.
But yeah, I full blown got a little...
You feeling good?
I would like to say this is my senior year of high school. I was in a very deep, dark depression to a place where like nothing mattered anymore. So I just was like, whatever about to happen is gonna happen. So I full blown was cussing him out. He was like, let's go to the backyard.
No, okay.
You went in the backyard.
You want this smoke, huh?
As you should, because like I'm your father. I'm not your lackey. I'm not somebody you living with. I'm your pops. So if we got something to squabble about, we could definitely squabble about it. Because it's like, yo, as long as you get it off your chest is all that matters. And I'm pretty sure that's what that was on his mind, because it's like, yo, it's my kid. I'm not gonna treat him like some type of outsider, but sometimes, you know, lessons need to be learned.
We got into it, did whatever we was about to do. He got in the car, left, went with his friends, and he told me that his friends was like, he gotta go. Like, he can't live in your house and treat you like that, speak to you like that. Like, you gotta go home and get him out of there, basically. So he came back home maybe at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Those is terrible friends. Those the type of friends that forget their childhood and forget what they wish that they was not. Let's not even say battling with. Let's just say having to impress people. Like, cause we all know as kids, when we get into certain areas, we do certain shit. Yes, we may not feel like it's going to impress the person, but we do things to impress people. So this could be one of those things. And as a friend of your father, he should be like, yo, ask him why. Like, ask him what's the real reason why. Because think about it. You just want to go. That's the reason. That's not the reason. You're trying to go do something, impress somebody, make sure that they know, you know. At least if I'm a friend to his pops, that's what I tell him. It's like, yo, sometimes your kids want to do things that they can't do, but you can still ask them why that they are so headstrong on this thing, even if they argue with you, because at the end of the day, who's the grown up and who's the child?
He had something in his hand. I ain't gonna say what he had in his hand. He had something in his hand, sat on the edge of my bed, and he was like, if you move, something about to happen. I remember sitting up, and that's when he told me, like, we ain't gotta have no relationship. We gotta have you don't ever talk to me like that. You don't ever treat me like that, and we won't have no problems. But that happened again, it's over with. You can read between the lines. So that put me into a place of like, if you gonna do it, I'm gonna do it before you do it.
Right.
So I walked outside. I grabbed a bunch of ties. I had like a collection. Well, he had a collection of ties. I grabbed maybe like 10 ties. I tied them together. He had like this makeshift ride. So the garage, and then there was like a awning that he had built, like a shed almost, because it snows a lot in Michigan. So to be able to sit outside during the winter, he had made like a little makeshift, maybe like 10 feet off the ground. I took the ties, put it on top of the balcony, tied it up, tied it around my neck, stood on top of the cooler, pushed the cooler under my feet, started dangling in the air. I'm in the air for maybe like what felt like 10 seconds. I'm at the point where like you start trying to regress, but it's too late. So I'm like trying to grab the ties, I'm trying to pull myself up. My dad sees me This is why I take my hat off to him. After everything we just went through, out of all of the conversations he just had of me not being his son no more, and he got to take care of me until I'm 18 kind of relationship.
I'm coming from the standpoint of the father, okay? Because me personally, I would never, because I know other people, I may not feel completely loved, but I know other people would hurt because I am not here. And just for that fact, me being the father, on top of you doing that, I might whip your ass. Might, because now you're hurting me. You feel me? As my child. Like, I don't care, but it's fucked up to say. And yes, I probably wouldn't do that in the moment, but we will have to square up after that. Because you were scared the shit out of me. Like, you were scared the shit out of me. Just thinking about it, you were scared the shit out of me. As my child, oh no. We gotta figure this out, and you ain't never leaving my sight again type shit until I feel like you okay to be left alone. Technically.
Shit. He came, picked me up, took me off them ties, and told me how much he loved me, and that's why I'm here today.
Wow.
I would have been gone, Shannon.
Was that the first time your dad ever told you he loved you?
First time he said it like that. First time he said it in a way of like, I want you here. Like, I understand what we going through, and I understand that this is just a phase. And this is just a part of life, and we gonna make it together, and we gonna get out of it together. That was the first time where I felt it. You might have said it before, but that's the first time where I was like, oh.
Well, for me, that moment is like, it's a touchy moment. So at that point, you have no armor on. Like, you have none. You just tried to go meet your maker. There's no armor, there's no emotion, there's no nothing in that moment. So all you can feel is the moment. And he did what he felt, well, not even what he felt was right, what he knew was right. He was like, my son needs something right now. And he gave you that thing that you needed. He didn't know what it was, so you can believe that it was genuine, but all he could do is talk in those moments. He helped you, he did, but all he could do is talk in those moments. Who's to say if you were somebody further along in your kind of fucked up journey, because it's not really fucked up, but further along in that journey, and didn't take anything he said and just tried another way differently, because there are people out there that do that.
Okay, I got you. Like, I understand. Now I'm living for something different than just myself.
And that was the first, and that completely changed your relationship with your father.
Completely. Yeah, absolutely. It was like, when I say to a point where it was awkward after that. Like, he just saw his son try to take his own life. So it was like, it can't just get back to normal immediately, right? But there was a level of like, we both got to try for this. Like, we both.
You got a new level of respect for him.
It's a new level. Absolutely. Like, I understood now, like, he do love you. He just don't. Again, he grew up without his father.
Yeah.
He grew up in inner city Detroit. He was in trouble a lot younger.
I'm sorry to say, but the type of love you was looking for comes from your mother. Like, that type of love you was looking for comes from your mother. Your father's supposed to show you respect and teach you how to guide this world. But I can't say you, as a person, you say you don't know how to accept things, like accept gifts and stuff. So that should even come down to accepting somebody teaching you the right way until something drastic happens to make you want to open up as a person. Don't worry, I've been through the same shit. Crazy ass situations make me have to change my thought process on how I viewed shit in the world. So it's all understandable. It's just better when nobody ends up in these type of predicaments before they actually happen. But this was a good one. I hope y'all like what I said. Don't forget the comments is always open.